Is anybody awake? Anybody out there? I'm going to just keep whispering until somebody comes in the comments. It's like those ASMR shows. Except I just got some new teeth and I sound like Sylvester the cat. I'll just wait and see if anybody shows up. In the meantime, I think I'll have a cigarette. Because that's what I need. I'll give it a few minutes. Kids, do not smoke. Ryan, Cece. I'm whispering because I don't want to wake anybody up. Can you hear me? I'm gonna smoke. Kids, don't smoke. For real, seriously, don't do it. Are you guys whispering too? CCOU812. Hi, God. Octo. Hi, Brent. Ryan, you probably should be in bed, right? You have to work early. You look so. Oh, Brent. Like, if you only do. Y'all, I'm so old. And see these things? I need a facelift. If if this little filter thing wasn't on, I wouldn't be here. I'm just saying. What are you guys doing? I've had the shittiest day. I'm just going to be honest, and I don't care. And YouTube's part of that. YouTube is part of that. I'm trying to read your stuff. CC, where are you located again? Are you in California? I see you online all the time, but I try to get to know where everybody lives and try to figure out everybody's at least first name. So I just had a crappy day and I thought I would come on here and see if anybody else had a crappy day. So this is what YouTube, wait, Ryan, hold on. I was in a YouTube rabbit hole and saw your alert pop up. Oh, I can put stuff up on there. Oh, what were you watching? CC's shopping for strings. Look, remind me to do that. Oh, you're in Pennsylvania? Oh my God, I have ancestry there in Westmoreland County. Do you know where that is? The Boggs family. Octo, my day wasn't the best. Let me put it up. My day wasn't the best either. That Kramer Beretta got. Oh no. What happened? And does anybody want to come on here and chit chat? See, I got these new partial teeth. And I might have to just take them out here in a second because I can't. They're hard to talk with. What happened, Octo? What happened, Brent? I was watching Michael Anthony and Sammy open the unboxing of the the remasters, right? And Beard Meats Foods. What is that, Ryan? What is that? Beard Meats. Sounds hairy. I was watching Sammy and Michael Anthony, and somebody in the comments said, Look at the edge of the albums. They looked damaged in shipping. There was a little white line. Did anybody else see that? I don't think man hungry, eat now. I just finished watching this young girl, probably in her late 20s, who lives in a van, who does the van life. And she has been learning, about a real live, like one of those heavy duty bow and arrows, because she wants to go hunting. Eek, because she wants to be one with her food, so to speak. I could not do that. Hold on. Oh, okay, wait. Okay. I gotta go back. Wait. He's a competitive eater. Oh my gosh. That makes my stomach feel even more full. I had to go get a comfort hamburger earlier. Okay, hold on, Octo. The neck and headstock took an impact. Oh, and the luthier joint gave out. Uh-oh. Are you going to send it back? Check this out. UPS had it for a week. I'm sure that didn't help. Y'all, these kids who are running the country for us, they don't have the same work ethic, and they're not taking care of stuff as well. Let's throw it around. Okay, Ryan, what is down by the river? What is down by the river? Down by the river. That song. I'm sure that is not. Let me scroll back up. He's a competitive eater down by the river. Hey, we should write a song about that. Yeah, did you have insurance, Brent? Hi, Nelson. Hey, is my mic too loud, y'all? I forgot to ask you for a sound check. It's over here. Is it okay? Too loud? Too soft? Okay. Okay, good. Octo, it was insured. Hold on a second. Yes, it was insured. So will you just send it back, Brent? Nelson, wasabi. Okay, hold on. Let me put it up here. Don't let them keep it on the claim, Octo. You can negotiate to keep it. Oh, interesting. Keep it for free. That would be nice. And then fix it. Oh, wait, what? He already returned it. Oh, okay. So, welcome to Monday Night Live. Living it. Okay, yeah, okay. So let me finish up with Linnea and Aquila, her white German Shepherd. Amazing. I think she started this in the PDEM, you know what I'm talking about? And like she had a breakup, and so she came from a family of like 3 brothers, and her dad had just passed away, and her mom, they were all like campers and outdoorsy people. And let me get that up here so I remember what the heck I'm talking about. And so she went out and bought one of those. It's a Dodge. I want to say a Dodge Ram van, those big white vans. I know it wasn't one of those Mercedes ones that they have like 12 of them parked right across the street from my apartment. But she built it out all by herself. She did the flooring. She did the insulation. And she learned this all as she was going along. She did the electrical. She cut out for windows. She put in 2 big vents because of her dog that needed the air, because I guess her dog can get real hot. And what else did she do? Then she started building like the bed, and most of the stuff was out of plywood. And see these teeth. What am I? Does anybody else have other kinds of teeth? Then she built the walls. She built the cabinets. She installed a refrigerator, a little refrigerator. Oh, and she got on the roof and installed her solar panels, and then all this electrical and stuff to do in like batteries and stuff for the solar panels. She installed and learned all about that. I mean, she got help every now and again when she got stuck, and by golly, she did it. And then she just started going on the road. And what was my point about that, Ryan? My point was you were watching the Beard Man eating. I completely lost the point. But anyway, I went back and watched her from the very, very, very beginning. It was really, really good. And then she started learning the bow, and then she started learning fly fishing, which my granddaddy taught me fly fishing. Okay, let me go back and look. Ryan, good evening. Nelson. Thank you, Octo, for that feedback. Okay. Oh, I misread what you said, CC. I don't think they are going to give me money for the whole, just money to have it fixed. Oh, I don't know. A ram. Ryan, yes. How did you know that? That's what it is. And oh my gosh, she broke down several times, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong. And she was taking it back to the dealer, which I never go to the dealer. Well, I never bought a car from a dealer, but maybe she had a warranty. But and at one point they charged her like almost $5,000 for like a tranny. And I mean, I think it ended up being like an electrical thing that, comes and goes. And oh my goodness, poor child. But she's so just chill and down to earth. Oh, Quentin James in the house. I'm here to keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on what? Let me scroll back up. Quentin, what are you doing? Does anybody want to come on and just hang out? Probably not. But I mean, if you do, let me know. Okay, wait. Hit it, CC. Pass the vodka and ice cream. Okay. Yo, Quentin. This is good practice for me too. If I ever am able to get somebody to come on and do this show. Okay, what does this say? Yeah, Nelson. How did you know I had homemade ice cream? Oh, you had homemade ice cream? That sounds good. I'm scrolling back up. Oh my gosh, Brent, your guitar situation. I don't like that. What was he eating, Ryan, the beard guy? Was he eating hot dogs? That's the most thing I've ever seen. I'm scrolling back down. Oh, nobody's saying anything. So thanks you guys for hanging out for a little bit. So all this time, all these years, for I don't even know, a decade or more, how long's YouTube been out? I've always had ad blocker on my laptop, right? And like 2 or 3 days ago, a bunch of steaks. Oh my God. That'll make you full quick. There's a place in Texas, I think, where you can, if you eat the whole steak, you get a free meal or something. Does anybody know about that? It's some kind of a giant T-bone or something. Shoot, I had it set up to chat. Cece, come on here. Wait, what does that mean? Anybody come on? Anyway, YouTube, I had the ad blocker on. In the last 3 days, they've been sending me these horrible messages that are saying, if you don't allow ads on YouTube, we're going to like not let you watch anything. I'm like, oh my God, because that's all the only other thing I have is Hulu. And so I've been dealing with that. And then that girl I was just telling you about, Linnea, with her dog in the van, she puts ads within her videos. Like she has this green drink that she does, and she'll, have an ad for them. And like some of her camping gear and stuff like that. He ate 52 ounces of steak. Oh, God. That would make me just ill. Was he a big fella? A normal filet is like 6 ounces. 6 ounces. My God, these teeth. I'm happy to have them, but I haven't eaten with them yet. Oh, I take that back. I ate a little brownie the other day, and it cut my gum. Does anybody else have? Y'all, when you get old, I'm 62. When you get old, this starts happening. I had 4 teeth pulled in the past 2 years. He ate he's a little fella, a lean fella, 160 pounds. Wow. Well, he must just, there's got to be a trick to that. Does he win a prize? Is it for money, honey? I wish I had some guitar stuff. There was so much. Y'all, I got to take these teeth out. I swear. I sound like this. There was so much Eddie stuff since Thursday, since Andrew. You know what I mean? It was a lot. It was a lot for 2 and 3 days, and people are still putting stuff out. A free meal and a t-shirt? That's it? Oh my God. I wonder if he purges afterwards. A free meal and a t-shirt. Dear Lord, children. That cannot be healthy. What else? What's going on, you guys? What else how do you tell? Can you tell who's what, like how many people are watching? I see where it says live. I've been live for 18 minutes. Okay, it says 7 viewers. Thank you, 7 viewers. Are you all in the chat? Nelson. Okay, let me remember. Cece's in Pennsylvania. Nelson, are you in California? Are you still here? I wish I could live in California. Okay, what does this say? Can you believe that? Oh, and 3 million. Oh, well, okay. Yeah, that doesn't hurt. I've been trying to learn about, hold on a minute, I got to mute. Hold on. Trying to get in a good habit of that because, I got to smoke a cigarette, right, Quentin? Where's Quentin? Smoke with me. I have cut down, y'all, from 2 packs to a half a pack. So I'm working on it. What was I just saying? 3 million subscribers. Yeah, I've been trying to learn about YouTube more and more and more. It's hard. There's all the, I watch, Rick Beato, Pete Thorne. I watch all the guitar player guys, but I watch a lot of other stuff too. And trying to learn about copyright strikes and what's the other thing that you can get in trouble for? Virginia. Is that what Quentin smoked? I used to smoke those back in the like 80s or something. Oh, Cece's hungry now. He wants some macaroni and cheese. Cece, honey, I'm pretty sure it's Monday today, but every day's a good macaroni and cheese day. What was this? I get full from that appetizer and a milkshake. uh, anyway, what the heck was I going to say? Octopus Brent, I smoke pipe tobacco out of a weed pipe like an animal. Like an animal. I need to just stop inhaling. That would be helpful if I just stopped there. Like, that could be a good place to start. Uh, weed is legal in Oklahoma, which is crazy. It's the last state I would have ever thought, but they're right next door to Colorado. And I was living in Colorado right after weed became legal there, and they were raking in the dough, honey. And so, and everybody was, coming across the borders. Hold on, I have to burp. Everybody's coming, across all the borders to get their weed. I think weed should be legal federally. That's my opinion. And the reason being is I think it would just cut down on crime. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, Octo smokes. Octo, you're in California, so it's legal. Oh, where's Glass Man? William, he makes pipes. He blows those glass pipes. Sweetie, try a vape. Okay, hold on. Try a vape shop. I've got a vape. CC, my cousin's in Colorado. I was just telling you, I live there. I moved there in 2016. I only made it 6 months. I mean, I've been going there since I was a kid. But my cousin's daughter and her husband moved up there with their daughter, and they opened a vape shop when all of that began. They were in, at the beginning. And so she gave me a vape, and she would be the one back in the lab, had to be very sterile environment, and she would be mixing vanilla and cookie, or whatever flavor, cranberry, whatever you wanted. And so I have a vape. And Cece, you know what, I need to get it out of the drawer, because that's where it is. So thank you for reminding me of that. My mother smoked all her life, and that's what she died of was lung cancer. What is home on the range? Are we talking about smoking out of a pipe like an animal? Are we talking about the guy eating the steak? Are we talking about the song, which I wish I could sing right now, but I don't feel like attempting that. Oh, CC misses the 80s. Let's talk about the 80s. In 1980, I left college to go play in a band. My mother was not happy. I was 19. Oh, so does Ryan. I think you guys were teenagers in the 80s. See, and I was in my 20s in the 80s. Oh, Oklahoma, the song. Oh, Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains. Yeah, I know that song. Yeah, kind of know that song. Made me think of it. The 80s were as good as it gets for me. Also, I feel like you weren't even born yet in the 80s. Why do I think that? Unless you just look a lot younger. in the 80s. Yeah, I love to go play in a band. See, my music that I grew up on was all the 70s stuff, Deep Purple. I mean, y'all know the list. Van Halen included. 1978 was the year I graduated high school, but I was a year ahead. Octo looks exactly. What does it say? Octo says, I was born. Well, honey, okay. Thank you for sharing that. Glad you're here on the planet. Could you complete that sentence? Why are you laughing? I was born. You're not going to tell us. I mean, don't give away any personal info. But I know Octo looks 19. Sounds 45. Well, okay, so I'm trying to get to what was going on in the 80s. So Van Halen came out in 78. I mean, of course, we all know the story, disco, blah, blah, crap. Went there, John Travolta, blah, blah, blah. And then all the other hair metal bands started coming out. So who was your favorite hair metal band other than Van Halen? Let's do that. Y'all, if I turn this little fan on, tell me if it makes a bunch of noise, okay? Hold on, I'm going to go turn the air conditioning back down. Hold on a minute. Oh, no. Well, that's my ringtone. Oops, copyright. I better turn my phone down. That is Unchained is my ringtone, and then 316 is my text message. Got hot in here. Why are you? Is anybody still there? Well, we lost somebody, probably Quentin James. There was no other band than Van Halen. Okay, I know, Ryan, I hear you on that. It was a wild time. Everything, it really flipped. You know how grunge flipped the 80s? The 80s flipped the 70s in the same way. Like we were wearing bell-bottom jeans and midriff shirts and just all hippied out, right? And then all of a sudden the 80s popped in and the fashion changed. The hair metal bands. Well, the hair metal bands, all the girls were dressing them, with makeup and, long haircuts. And, Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, which, gosh, he injured his larynx. Ryan's like, oh, I remember it. He dated a girl from Tulsa, and I think she was a twin, and I cannot think of her name right now. But anyway, blah, 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 blah. I think I went to school with her cousin, blah, blah, blah. But she's the one, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, who put the scarf on his mic stand. Because I think that's kind of where some of the 80s fashion was kind of grabbed off of him. Okay, let me see what Cece said. My older brothers, hold on, had so many 8-tracks. Yes. Grew up on those and records. Yes. But I loaded up on Columbia House. Yes. For a penny. Oh my God, I so remember that. And the other company, but I forgot the name. Oh, Columbia House and oh man, where's like a young person with brain cells when you need them? But I remember what you're talking about. It was through the mail, right? You could get, I forget, what was it, Cece? You could get so many for a penny or $1 or whatever. Okay, hold on. Nelson's chiming in. Scorpions and Rat. But that's not hair metal, is it? Well, I mean, kinda. Well, I mean, Rat was out in the 70s, weren't they? And Scorpions. I saw Scorpions here in Tulsa. Loved them. Rock You Like a Hurricane. Hello. And and Rat, Round and Round, and Lay It Down. Those two songs, killer. They were they were amazing. Okay, hold on. Octo's chiming in. I was a 90s kid. That's what I thought, Octo. So I was big into Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, yeah, Metallica, yeah. Metallica came out in the 80s, though, right, guys? Early 80s, in addition to Zepp and Sabbath. Oh, did you have, was it your parents? Was it your older siblings? No, I think were you an only child, Brent? I can't remember. Uh, okay, so, because in your teenage years, that's usually your impression of music. How okay, but Octo, how did you find your way back to Van Halen? Okay, hold on. Oh, BMG. Ooh, that might be it, Ryan. Somebody Google uh, Columbia House and here, I'll Google. Hold on a minute. Well, if I, what were the mail-in record like Columbia House things in the 80s? You think Google will get that? Okay, hold on. Uh, who was Columbia House's competitor? Oh, guess who won? Ding, 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 ding. Ryan won. Okay, EMG. Okay, wait. Slow down. Octopus. Okay, your dad. Okay, cool. So he was into, who did you say? Zepp and Sabbath and those guys? Yeah, yeah. Awesome. Go, dad. There's nothing like, I did not have a dad. I mean, I have a dad who was a musician and a guitar player, but I did not grow up with him. And his music, and he was 15 years older than my mother, who was 31 when she had me. So he was from a complete different generation, and he was country music like Hank Sr. and that. Okay, which I do not like country music. I mean, like some of it, but not. I didn't grow up on it. Okay, hold on a minute. One moment, please. I need to scroll back. Okay. Okay, here's something from Cece. Heart, My Idol, Ann Wilson, and Foreigner. Oh my God, Cold as Ice, All Day Long. Oh, Foreigner 4. I'm not sure what's on that record. Boston, Smoking, Don't Look Back, Boston Ruled, AC/DC, Don't. Ba-na-na, ba-na-na. I mean, classic. Scorps, yes, once again. Uh, what's the guitar player's name in that band? Don't tell me. Don't. Who's Michael Schenker? Is that it or no? Somebody help me. And Rap and so many. But those Van Halen records with AC/DC was the top ones. Yay, Van Halen. Yeah, you guys, I mean, I hate to admit it, but Van Halen just kind of split in. There was so much music at the time, you know what I mean? And it took a while, and I did see them in concert, but I don't remember. But I don't remember the entire concert. It's not that I just don't remember them. I've told that story. I really want to see a hypnotist because I want to remember so badly. Um, but like I said on Johnny Dean the other night, and don't let me mess this up again, the Kinks song, Girl, You Really Got Me Now. I heard that. I remember hearing it on the radio. I kind of might even remember the street I was on, which was the street you turned on to go to my house, because the radio was where it was at, where we got all our music. And it was just kind of an automatic, like, oh, I know that song because I knew the older version, right? Uh, but I was a keyboard player and I was already as a teenager, because, okay, here you go. Here's something. Uh, the first time I went to a bar, I was way underage. I started going to bars when I was 15. And the reason is because the IDs back then were paper and it just said your name, your birth date, your color of your eyes, and your hair color, and whatever. But I mean, the first time I went to a bar, my sister was illegally pouring draft beer at a bar called, well, I'm not going to say where it was. But so she snuck me in there, and Octo has it. Oh, you have a younger brother? I have an older sister. We don't really talk though. But anyway, that's another day. That's another story for another day. But yeah. So she snuck me in there because a kid that we went to elementary school with was playing keyboards. He was playing like a B3, or I think he had a C model, but he was playing keyboards. And I remember standing at the very back of that bar watching them on the stage. And he was on, it would be right stage or stage right. And I was like, oh my God, I feel so happy. This music is making me so happy. And it's not that I hadn't seen live music before. I just kind of hadn't seen a live, maybe rock band. And in that moment, I said, this is what I want to be, because I had already been taking piano as a kid and grew up. My mom was in the theater, another long story, but I grew up with music and theater and whatever, dancing and all that. But that was the moment where I made a decision that I wanted to be a musician. And then the next thing I knew, some guy, why am I talking about myself? Because I'm the only one here. I'm sorry, you guys. Hold on. I'll get back to you. Hold on. Let me just finish that story. Some guy, thank you, Ryan. Hi, Dwight Bailey, rocking Dwight Bailey in the house. Dwight, aren't you on the East Coast? I hope you're not up too late. A chicka boom. This is a gun free. Ryan, this is a gun free thing. Sorry, I don't have that sound here. What was I going to say? Hold on. Let me get back. Hold on. Somehow, and a person that I cannot remember which I wish I could remember him. Somehow this guy knew I was trying to be a musician, and he took me out and kind of in the country here to this band called the Gap Band. And I don't know if anybody remembers them or not, to their like band house studio. And I remember being in there, and their song was called, oh, y'all help me out, the Gap Band. Was it You Dropped a Bomb on Me? No. God, that's horrible. Oh, I'll have to Google the Gap Band. Oh, no. Was it Hey, Hey, Mr. You? No, that was the Kate Brothers. Hold on. My head's so filled with music. Not anymore, because I basically have tried to forget it all. Gap Band. The Gap Band. Okay. There's their picture. The Gap Band. Hold on. Oh, it was You Dropped a Bomb on Me. That was their song. You dropped a bomb on me, baby. Okay, anyway, so what was my point? Finishing this up. So that person, whoever took me out to their house, took me back in town, not the same day, but to this other bar called Whiskers. Not the whiskey, but Whiskers, here in Tulsa. And he snuck me in the stage door. And that is when I saw my friend Jeffy. They were playing the band Counterpoint. They were playing, and that, I mean, the bug, I got the bug. Okay, let me back up. So, okay, hold on a minute. Octopussers. Mostly this group. I always knew of them and knew their music, but they were a little before my time and always kind of peripheral for me. Who are you referring to? Hold on, let me back up. This group. You mean Van Halen? I would Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Metallica, Zeppelin, Sabbath. Wait. Octo, please explain this group because I'm confused. Okay, Cece chimed in and said, I think it was BMG. They both only got a penny from what I remember. Yeah. At the age of 11 years old. Thanks for the cassette tapes. Dude, we love cassette tapes and 8-tracks. Dwight Bailey, hey, dude. Okay, wait, what's happening here between Dwight and Ryan? Oh, chicka, chicka, boom, boom. Okay, Nelson, let's put this up. Love Drive, that album rocks. 78 Scorpions. Killed it. Taken by Force, Blackout Animal Magazine. Okay, wait. Are those all? Hold on. Scorpions albums. I don't know. I don't have them all memorized, you guys. Discography. That's what I need. Love Drive. Okay, hold on a minute. The band had released 19 studio albums, 6 live albums, 13 video albums, 29 compilation albums, 1 cover album, 92 singles, and 43 music videos. Oh my God. For real? They've sold between 75 and 100 million records worldwide. Okay, albums. Okay. Love Drive is an album, Mr. Nelson, 1979. Animal Magnetism is an album, 1980. Blackout is an album, 1982. Okay, we've got to find Taken by Force. Dear Lord. Is it on here? Oh my gosh. I didn't see that one. What is Taken by Force an album, Nelson? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I found it. 1977. Okay. Those were your records. Okay. Nelson says, Dwight, yo, bro, what's going on? My brother Dwight. Dwight says, doing good, Nelson. Hope you're doing well. Octo says, Eruption was the bar for guitar solos for us growing up. So if you grew up, so Octo, how old were you the first time you heard Eruption, and who turned you on to it? Was your dad a guitar player too? Okay, Cece says, see, I don't have a specific, like, hearing Eruption, you guys, because I don't think I ever bought the record. I mean, I had a giant record collection, but I was into like Kansas at the time. So I was buying all their records. But I mean, Van Halen was all over the radio. But I mean, I was hanging out with musicians and all the guitar player dudes. And I'm sure, but y'all listen, I smoked so much weed and started drinking and smoking weed at age 12 and cigarettes. Hello, lucky to be alive. And whatever else drugs came across the table. So I don't have a specific, listen to that with these teeth, specific memory of Eruption, but it's just always been in the zeitgeist, you know. Now, when Beat It solo came out, I mean, that was a moment for real. Where, I mean, you just went, that's Eddie, but Eddie was already in the collective consciousness. Okay, hold on, where are we at? CC, Bars in Maryland was 18, Yeah, it used to be 18 back then. That's right, Cece. Thank you for reminding me. And they wanted the girls to come in the bars because I'm the boys. And I remember that a Coors Light can was 50 cents. Okay. Nelson says, I like the Stones and Zepp, actually kind of, big into the Dead, but I like all kinds of music. Okay. Um, it's so, hold on a minute. I got to do a little cough. Um, when you start talking a lot, I totally remember the first time I heard Zeppelin. I was in California visiting my cousins in San Pedro. Octo might know where that is. It was the same cul-de-sac that Michael Lippenland lived on. I think I've told this before. And we got to ride bikes with him. But I think it was a different time. It was a different visit because I was much younger then. But my oldest girl cousin, remember corner beds? Does anybody remember corner beds? They were two twin beds with the big square table, and it had an 8-track in it. Anybody? CC? Anyway, we're sitting on her corner beds. It was the first time I drank coffee. She made me coffee. She put cream in it. I cannot drink black coffee. And she put on, I remember, help me with the album, you guys. I remember Dancing Days because that's always my favorite Zepp tune. If asked, that's the first one I go to. Well, that and Kashmir. I mean, there's so many, but was that Houses of the Holy? Y'all, I'm gonna have to take these teeth out in a second because now I'm biting my lip. Stones. Nelson, I saw the Stones in concert, but they just didn't vibrate for me the same way as like Zeppelin did. And I never really got into the Dead, although I appreciate now that I know and learned more about them. I sang with a girl who was really into them. They were kind of a jam band. I didn't really know what that was. But I love the Stones. I mean, Give Me Shelter. Start Me Up. Great song. Okay, what's the next? One moment, please. Oh no, hold on a minute. Boy, that thing will jump down. Hold on. Okay. Cece, yes, Zepp Records was in all the family records. Yes. Yeah, we had several of those. Okay. What's the one with all the windows? Zeppelin Records, even when I was younger, because none of their song titles are like The Hook, and their records are like Zeppelin 1, Zeppelin 2, Zeppelin 4. I can't remember them all. Nelson, you dropped the bomb on me. Yeah, baby. Okay, Nelson and okay, CC. Pops has a reel to reel, yes. Loaded with Bob Seger, yes. And so many. When I was a kid, Bob Seger's from Tell Me Y'all, is it Michigan? And so many. When I was a kid, I would cut and splice on the reel to reel, yes, for days. Yeah, I learned how to cut and splice tape too. When I went to be in that band in Texas when I was 19. It's really pretty easy. You just have to be precise, and you have to know how to run the tape over the head so you can get it right past, where you need it to be and get in the space. You know what I mean? Anyway, I haven't done that in forever, but okay. Octo is speaking Van Halen. Ooh, did I ask you a question about that? No, I asked you a question about Eruption. Okay, hold on a minute. Did you answer that question? One moment, please. Octo, what is this? Eruption was the bar. Oh, I asked you how old you were when you first heard that. Hold on a minute. Ryan. Bye, Ryan. Ryan, if he's probably already gone, but if you're not, thank you for playing my little song the other day on your show. That was so nice. I I was really moved. I really was crying because everybody was typing such nice things in the chat. And so thank you for making me a part of that beautiful show that you had going on. It was really wonderful. Thank you, thank you. Get some good rest. Octo, here we go. Holy Loose, you asked where and how I got into Van Halen, and I was saying that the YouTube people got me more into. Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. Hold on, let me go back up. Oh, I wanted to just comment on Cece. That song, Turn the Page. Oh my God. If you only knew how many times uh I have played that in a band. Oh my God. To the point like I could go with never hearing it ever again. Because these twins that I sang with in Nashville, one of them played saxophone. So that was a big dealio. Okay. Officers. Van Halen. Let me go down these. Yeah. Van Halen. Nelson. They have a song, You Got to Get Up. Uh-oh. Who are we talking about? The Gap. Off to Bed. Ryan. We said good night. Night, night. Asked where I got into Van Halen. I was saying that the YouTube people. Okay, we went through that. Who did you see on YouTube first, Octo? I think Johnny Bean might have been the first for me, and then Tony Halenville. Okay, Nelson. I like the Brothers Johnson. What about the Brothers Johnson? Nelson. Oh my gosh. Good night, baby. Look who's popping in. Janice. Hi, Janice. Just got off of a group video messenger chat. Oh, well, we would inquire, but I'm sure it was private. Let me look up the Brothers Johnson. Let's see. Oh, here's a photo. The brother. Oops. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on a minute, you guys. Okay, you got to kind of learn. No, see. Girls and boys. Okay, now let's see their song. American funk and R&B songs. Stomp. Wait. Do I know that song? Stomp. We ain't funking around. That's a good name. Uh-oh. Now I'm gonna have to go listen. Was that their hit? Stomp? Who wrote that? Nelson? Yeah, Nelson. I like the Brothers Johnson. What a bass player. Yeah, like any funk, man. Funk will get you up and dance. Janice. What else is happening, sister? Hello, just got off a group video. Are you still awake? What time is it in your area? It's like almost 1:00 in the morning. What you doing, girl? Cece, I remember when MTV came out, my face was glued to the tube. Yep. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. What was the first song? Was it Video Killed the Radio Star? Trying to remember. Was it who was the group? Come on, Brain Cells, not the Tubes. Any hoot nanny. Dude, Cece, every day, I forget what time we got out of school. What time did you get out of school? 2:30, 3 in the afternoon. Straight home. Great big wooden box TV with tubes. Remember the grate on the back that had all the holes in it so the tubes could breathe? My cat used to haul, but the TV was right by the sliding glass door, and we'd leave it open because the cat was a he, but we thought it was a she, so we named it a she name, but then we took it to the vet and then found out it was a he, but we left the she name. Anyway, this cat you know how cats do, they haul ass around. This cat would haul ass jump on top of that TV and then fly out the screen door. It was amazing. And then climb the tree with no claws, because back then you had your cats declaw, and bring us home little birdies and things. Okay, yeah, MTV. So that was my point about that TV set. Home, flipping on that music on the TV, because I mean, before that was, well, we at the same time you had your stereo and your record player. I had a TIAC record player, turntable, uh uh God, what is it, just the amp or whatever, and the cassette deck. Oh, I'm trying to remember what speakers I had. I know they weren't TIAC, they were different speaker. No, not TIAC, Technique. My bad. Right, Cece? Oh my God, Technique. Okay, hold on a minute. But yeah, straight home to the TV, crank it on. Man, it was just, it lit up your life. MTV did, with all the hosts. I can't remember all their names. One of them dated David Lee Roth. Okay, going back down. Nelson is Pete saying goodbye to Ryan. Janice is saying hello to everybody. Y'all, I just had a crappy day, and y'all just made my crappy day just, I mean, it's not crappy anymore. Okay, Octo's back. Eruption used to be on the radio, yeah. No, my dad did not play any instruments. I must have heard it before I was 7 or 8. Okay, so it just was, again, in your zeitgeist of your brain. There it was. Yeah. I asked my friend Brian, who was in that band I was talking about earlier that was playing at that bar called Whispers, that I grew up with them. They were my mentors. They were a few years older than me. I'm like, Brian, did you guys do a Van Halen song? Because, I was there almost every night. Because, they would play for like all week long, except for maybe one day. I forget. It was either 5 or 6 days a week. They would have bands that would come in and play all week long, and then another band would come in, and then, it was like a circuit. And hold on a minute. And he said that they tried to do a version of Running with the Devil, but it must not have stayed in the set list long. And I'm sure it had more to do with Roth's vocals than their playing, because they were stellar musicians. Okay, hold on a minute. Where am I at? Cece. First time I heard Eruption, it was when no one was home and I could ravage the records. I was never allowed to touch. Ooh, I was scared to death. I would scratch one and get, you were scared to death. You would scratch one and get busted. Oh dear. Oh my. Well, so you were at home when you heard Eruption. And so, Cece, was it your record, or was it your dad's record, your brother's? I can't remember. Y'all count me out here. Okay, Janice. I hate all the singles except for Honky Tonk Women. I like the other things that are on the albums. Are you talking about the Stones? I love Honky Tonk Woman. That's a good song. More cowbell. Are you talking about the Stones? Okay. Janice, I never got into Van Halen. I think I've heard you say that before, Janice, and it's so weird that you're on all the Van Halen, podcasts, but that's okay. It's okay. I think you vibrate on a more mellow kind of level. You know what I mean? That's how I feel from you with the music that you enjoy. However, your Blanc Mange, that's pretty up and popping. But everybody has their taste, and that's okay. Let's see. Nelson, the original copy of Zeppelin 3 is so cool. It has a pinwheel album cover, so you can listen to music and spin the cover and smoke out at the same time. Like that, put it on your finger, or more like like that. Dude, let's look it up. I want to see it. I mean, I'm sure I've seen it, but let's look it up again. Led Zeppelin. Oh, hold on a minute. Led Zeppelin 3. Let's check it out. Oh, that one. Okay. Hold on a minute. Images. Man, I wish we could see it going around. What do you mean, pinwheel? Okay. There it is. Can y'all see that? What do you mean, pinwheel album cover? Pinwheel. Is it something that maybe was in the record? You'll have to explain that because I don't know. Let me go back. Led Zeppelin 3 pinwheel album cover. Unless that's a joke and I'm not getting it. Wait a minute. What is this? Led Zeppelin 3. What is that, Nelson? Is that the record? I don't know. I don't know. But that's a really cool. Oh, is that the record? I don't know if I've ever seen that. Hold on a second. Like, wait, is this a CD? That's a CD, I think. Is that a fish? Is that a Zeppelin? That's a Zeppelin. It looked like a fish. Okay, hold on. Let me get back to you guys. Janice says, I have turned the page on my channel. Oh, did you sing it on your channel? Go subscribe to Janice. Please go. Octo, well, we all know each other. Go subscribe to each other. I mean, everybody in here, we all know. Octo, Ben Coombs was the first of the Hangout shows. Oh, okay. I started watching. Do you remember how you found him? That's the question. I mean, do any of us remember how we found any of these channels? Or did YouTube just populate them and you're like, oh, that looks interesting. I'll check that out. Janice, yes, the chat is in my nomad community. Are you a nomad? I just was watching this chick who's a nomad. I want to be a nomad so bad. I just need to get my health to feeling better. Let's see. CC. I forgot who was on the chats before Facebook and YouTube was invented. It was around 1996, maybe MySpace, yeah, or an AOL Hang. That was all Van Halen, and they called themselves nerds back then too. Okay, yeah, I've heard about those. Like there was the mailing list, and gosh, they were nerding out heavy in the 90s and stuff. Probably even in the 80s. Hold on. The thing just went down. Okay. Janice says, yeah, almost won. Thin Lizzy. Love Thin Lizzy. What's the song? Hold on a minute. Y'all, I DJ'd for so long and had so much music in my head from the 50s through I quit DJing right before the PD hit. Okay, hold on a minute. And then when Eddie died, it's like all the music flew out of my head except for his. Okay. Thin Lizzy songs. I'm going to just hit myself for just not having this on the top of my head. Oh, well, Whiskey in a Jar. I mean, I love that one. I used to play that. That DJs, that one goes over great in a bar. But what's the Jailbreak? There's one more. Oh man, it's not just The Boys Are Back. It cannot be. It seems like there was one more. They did Dancing in the Moonlight. Is that the one that goes Dancing in the Moonlight? Or is that another band? Let's see. I thought they were harder rock. Oh, well, maybe not. Okay. Well, enough of that. Thin Lizzy. Okay. Okay, here we go. Cece, latchkey kid here. Yep. Same here. Just running wild on this, but we were pretty good about just getting home and doing what mom said, but then go do whatever. Nelson, I'll be good to you. Strawberry Letter 23 Stomp. They had some cool stuff. Okay, are we back on? Hold on, I got a burp. Are we back on Brothers Johnson? I'll be good to you. Strawberry Letter. I would have to hear them. Stomp. I think I know Stomp. I'd have to hear it again. And then I'll go, oh, yeah. Name that tune. And who knows? Dwight Bailey saying hi to Janice. Oh, my gosh. We've been on an hour, you guys. I was like, is anybody awake? At the beginning, because I didn't know if anybody'd still be awake. Nelson is saying, yo, Janice, how's it going, big sister? Janice, the intern. My dry eyes are very dry right now, Nelson. Girl, you need some eye drops. I'm not a doctor. That's what I do. Cece, my older brothers and Pop's records. Yeah. See, okay. Let me pause on that for a second. My mom's records, because I didn't have a dad. And I was the one bringing the records in, not my older sister. Although we had 8 tracks, but mom was buying those. But my mom's records were like Peggy Lee, Judy Garland, Barbara Streisand, going down that. And because she was in musical theater. But she also sang, hold on a minute. My mom was the coolest. She was the coolest mom. She met my dad, the guitar player, in a radio station in Kansas City because she moved there to help her first husband get through, I think it was dental school. And I think she went all the way to get her doctorate. And she went to acting school in New York when Grace Kelly was there. She went to a finishing school. It was school. Okay. But she met my dad. I think I don't know the story, all of it, but they met somewhere in a radio station to probably sing a song either together or he played and she sang. And I have, hold on a second. I have, I have some of these 78 records. Remember those? What does this say? Oh, this is Bing Crosby. I have White Christmas. That's why I got that. But I have a 78 record of my mom that I need to get digitized. Super bad. Okay. Hold on. Janice, I like the blues and new wave. Okay, can you be more specific? Like what era of blues? I mean, are you talking about listening or playing? And new wave, are you talking about like the Cars or new wave? Gosh, it's been a while. The Ramones, were they new wave or were they more punk? Yeah, give us some more specifics on that, Janice. Nelson, in the middle of the album is a brass center, and it has I don't think that's the right word, Nelson. Okay. Can you fix that typo? Maybe you meant insert that spin. In the middle of the album is a brass center, and it has an insert that spin. In the middle of the album. You mean like the little part in like no, this isn't the right size, but like this part that spins, that couldn't, because that needs to be stationary for the turntable. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to look up a video. Okay, Nelson says it's almost a piece of art. Yeah, I mean that album is gorgeous. That's the kind of, oh my God, see, for me, y'all are going to get it. gonna get mad at me. That's the kind of art and stuff they were making in the 70s. And then the 80s came. And for me, because I'm a little bit older, I was in my 20s then, things started to get a little bit sanitized, if that makes sense. Like sanitized, like kind of cookie cutter, kind of just kind of like the creativity kind of like waned for a while. But it didn't. And I look back on it now and I'm like, oh my God, that was great music, But when I was in it, it was like, man, where's my prog rock and my Zeppelin and my Deep Purple and, Black Sabbath and just Kansas. We just loved Kansas around here. And Genesis and who else did we dig? Rush. And I could go on and on. But anyway, same bands. Everybody was in the same place. But yeah, that album cover is a piece of art. I love that. And I'm glad that like Sammy Hagar did something kind of like that on his album. What's the name of it? Not the remasters, but the one he put out with all the drawings. Remember, he had the guy do all the little drawings. Let's see. Janice, I got a copyright claim on Turn the Page. Well, of course you would. And see, that's another thing. I know what a copyright claim is. That means it's somebody else's song. Like I just played that Eddie Van Halen song on the piano and I got a copyright claim, but it wasn't a copyright strike. You don't want to get a copyright strike because you can only get 3 of those and then you're boop. But I don't know about all the monetization and stuff. But yeah, I think everybody who plays a little song, a cover tune on here gets a copyright claim. Okay, Nelson. King Harvest, Dancing in the Moonlight. Oh, is that who played that song? I don't remember. I don't know, Nelson. Possibly. Nelson, Janice, when was the last time you visited the optometrist? My brother actually sat on my glasses. Oh, that's not good. So I'm due. Yeah, I just went. I'm waiting on a new set. I'm seeing a little double vision and there's something, nothing major, but there's something called prism. Eyeballs are confusing, you guys. Getting glasses is crazy. I don't get it. Anyway, Janice, yes, I know 78 records. Yes, Janice, you do. You would. Both playing and singing. Okay. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Okay, I remember them. The Fix. Oh, hold on. She's making us a list. Yes. Tears for Fears. Yes. Simple Minds. Yes. Blancmange. Yes. Oh, here's a good one. Depeche Mode. Yes. Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark. Okay. Who's heard of that one? Raise your hand. I haven't. Wham. Yes. Echo and the Bunnymen. Yes. Not real familiar with them. Right. Claim. I'm happy. Right. Claim. Copyright claim. I'm happy that I triggered the claim. Yeah. That means you're playing the song well. Or singing it, whichever you're doing. Yeah. Last week, she went to the ophthalmologist. What did they say? I know that once you turn 40, that's when your eyes start to go a little wonkadoodle. You might need readers. That is if you have had semi-normal eyesight. And then, but at 60, 50s and 60s, it's all downhill from there, kids, with your eyeballs. But I know that the ophthalmologist I saw right before I left Nashville, she gave me some eye drops because she said you might be experiencing dry eye. So she gave me like some for the daytime and the when you go to bed. Okay, so there's only 4 people watching. Who's still here? Should we turn the computer off? I would like to thank everybody for joining in. I was having a really crappy day. God, YouTube putting ads on videos that have ads in them. And then, like, there was a meditation that had an ad in it. I'm like, can anything just be sacred? So hopefully this video won't have any freaking ads in it. And I just am really grateful that y'all stopped in. Does anybody else have any last words? Janice wants to say, I had minor surgery to remove calcium deposit. Not on your eyeball, on your eyeballs? Calcium deposits. On your eyeballs? Uh-oh, Cece. It is all downhill after 50. So do whatever you want and make happy happen. That's awesome advice, Cece. Thank you so much for that. Make happy happen. Janice, fun chat. Well, it was fun because you guys are here. That's what makes it fun, is when everybody participates. That's why I try to participate. I can't imagine what Johnny Bean and some of those people where their chat's just flying. Anyway, we're keeping it simple here. So thank you all for joining in. You lifted my spirits. Oh, on your eyelid, calcium deposit. Ow, I'll get that. That hurt. And so I hope it's healed up. Anyway, thank you all so much. Tomorrow is Tuesday, or today's Tuesday now. Yep. Oh, is your birthday coming up, Janice? Are you a Libra too? There were so many birthdays today. And today, the 10th, is guess who? David Lee Roth's birthday. And then who else birthday on the 9th? So many people, famous and not famous. It was like my whole Facebook was filled with, oh, Janice, let us know when your birthday is so we can wish you happy birthday on that day. Cece, thank you so much. Thank you so much for hanging out and talking about music. You really lifted my spirits up. We'll do this again. This was real impromptu. And everybody have a beautiful night. And we'll see you tomorrow at Johnny Bean's for more Van Halen. Maybe review of what happened over the week. Oh, excuse me. I think he said he's going to order some of those remastered record. I'm sorry, Balance. No way. Well, the remasters. I think he's going to be giving some of those away. Nelson, peace and love, my hippie brother. That's what I always say. Janice, John Lennon, that's my birthday, the day he was shot. I have a connection with him spiritually. Cece, I hope to make it to 71. You will, Cece. You hang in there, brother. Come on now. We'll have Monday night therapy here for all of us who are having a shitty day and feeling like we're not getting anywhere. We've always got support here. So, next Tuesday, Janice, he's going to give one of those away. Yeah, Van Halen, or as Wolfie does, I think he does double entendre for his V with that. And of course, there's Eddie over there. And y'all go and check out a bunch of things. Jeff Goebel on Final Resonance YouTube channel. He just released this cool 2-part interview with a guy named Gary Putnam, who was friends with Eddie and them when they were young in Mammoth and back then. So go check those out. And then Adam Roach and Mr. Steve Rosen just released another interview with Zeke Clark. Some good and fun info in there. Eddie's like, here's a box of stuff, Zeke. Go make a guitar. Okay. So go watch those. I mean, there's so much stuff going on. And all right, Janice, see y'all later. Thanks, everybody. I'll let y'all go. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out. And I'm going to end this stream and just say goodbye. And we'll see you tomorrow in Johnny Bean's chat. Bye. Peace out, man.